Booktube, it's Leah Cooper here, and today I am bringing you my September TBR. I always write my TBRs on my little notebook, and I'm glancing at August TBR, and actually, my August TBR in here is different than my August TBR video. When I made my video, I had a lot of books I was planning on reading for Tome Topple that just didn't happen. Everything got shuffled around. However, on this TBR that I wrote down, I read almost everything, which is pretty great. But for my TBR video, I did not get around to reading Dracula or The Historian or Cloud Atlas or Trade Winds by MMK. I still really want to read Trade Winds, but we'll see. We'll see how September goes. Let's jump right in. The first thing I want to finish reading, and this I'm definitely going to get read, is Infinity Wars. And this is a multi-author sci-fi anthology. It's edited by Jonathan Stratham. It's being published on September 14th by Solaris Press, which is a division of Rebellion Publishing. This is actually a series of anthologies that are all called Infinity, I think. And each of them deals with a different aspect of science fiction. And this specifically deals with wars. I've read the first two stories out of this so far. I'm quite enjoying it, and I'll be finishing it up real soon. The next thing I want to read in September, I've also just barely cracked into, and that is The Stone Sky by N.K. Jemisin. This is the third book in the Broken Earth trilogy, which is a really popular trilogy. The first two stories both won the Nebula Award. So yeah, and of course this is super popular on BookTube. I really enjoy the first two books. I can't wait to see how she ends it. Then the next two things I want to read are Blaze of Glory and Heart of Gold. So I recently hauled this book in like my one book haul on the channel, and it's the second book. I got it for 50 cents. It's the second book in this YA fantasy trilogy or series. I still don't know if it's a trilogy or a series, called The Laws of Magic by Michael Pryor. And since this is the second book, I said I was just gonna, pick up the first book from the library, which I did recently. And yeah, wow, talk about a cover change. This is the original style of the cover, and this is the reissued style of the cover, and I hate this. Hate it. I mean, this is not like a super striking cover. This is some real basic Photoshop, and I could literally tell you what fonts are used on it, but it's just, man, this so ugly. But whatever, it's about what's inside, not what's on the cover. So I am quite excited to crack into both of these books because I think it'll just be some fun YA fantasy. Oh, and apparently they're like steampunk, so that's always fun too. And then the other thing I want to read is Wanted, a Gentleman by KJ Charles. I'm continuing my slow read through of all of KJ Charles's books. This is actually one of her newer releases. It came out earlier in 2017, and it is a historical romance novel. And then the last thing I'm putting on my list is a book. I don't have a physical copy of it yet. I have it on pre-order, and that is The Glasstown Game by Catherine M. Valente. This is her newest upcoming release. It is also YA. It is based on a short story I've read. I'm pretty positive that was in her short story collection. It's about the Bronte siblings, the three girls and their brother, and they have this kind of imaginary world that they play in their playtime with their little tin soldiers where they fight battles and stuff like that. And then on the cusp of the two oldest sisters being sent off to like maybe finishing school or something, the kids get on this train and they are transported into their imaginary land. I loved the short story that this was based off of. I love Catherine M. Valente. Obviously, I've got this book on pre-order. I'm super excited to get my hands on it. And Bronte siblings, imaginary land. What else do you need? So that's only 6 books. I'll probably read more, but I honestly wanted to not put too many things on my TBR. I kind of just wanted to focus on the things that I have in my hands right now that I know for sure I'm going to be reading, and then the rest of this month is just open to whatever I feel like reading. However, the one thing I'm going to say right now, these two plus Wanted, a Gentleman are the only books I have out from the library, and I'm not going to let myself check out any more books from the library, which might be hard because I have really been checking things out from Overdrive. But I'm putting a moratorium on library checkouts for the rest of this month, unless the power comes in at the library, because I've got it on hold and I'm like number 4, so maybe. But nothing else. I'm not allowed to peruse the library, in other words, for extra books, because I really need to read some more things off of my physical TBR. So yeah, let me know if you've read any of these books or if any of them sound interesting, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.